Hello, everyone. Thanks for attending. My name is Howard Hitchcock. I'm the Vice President of Lionel NASCAR Collectibles. And I'd like to introduce a couple of very special guests that we have with us today. First, Mary Siller Scullin, who's representing the Stephen Siller Foundation. And then U.S. Army Specialist Brendan Morocco on the left. And U.S. Marine Corps Corporal Todd Nicely. I'm here today to talk about a program that's on track this weekend called Honoring Our Heroes. It was a program that was inspired by Stephen Siller's story. Stephen Siller was one of 343 New York City firefighters who lost their life in 9/11. He was an off-duty firefighter who was going to play a round of golf with his brothers when he heard the call after the first plane had hit the towers. So he turned his truck around, went back, got his gear, and drove to the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. At that point, the tunnel had already been closed to vehicular traffic, so he strapped on the 75 pounds of gear and ran through the tunnel from Brooklyn to Manhattan into the towers, where he helped rescue, his fellow New Yorkers, as well as his fellow firefighters and service personnel. He lost his life that day. Since that time, Stephen's family, his sister representing them today, has started a foundation that has done tremendous good deeds. They honor his memory every year with a run in New York City called the Tunnel to Towers Run. This retraces Stephen's steps and ends up at the World Trade Center, or near the World Trade Center site. We created a program at Lionel NASCAR Collectibles in conjunction with several drivers, some of which are represented here today, including Danica Patrick with GoDaddy, David Gilliland with Front Row Motorsports, Trevor Bayne and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with Roush Fenway, Greg Biffle with 3M. Also participating are Carl Edwards with Roush as well in the nationwide side, Jamie McMurray with Bass Pro, and Tony Stewart with Office Depot. We wanted to create a program that honored the tragedies and remembered 9/11 with the motto, never forget. One of the most important things for Lionel NASCAR was to partner with an organization where we gave back. And in doing so, these drivers, their sponsors, their teams have helped us generate a very sizable donation that goes to helping build smart homes for the only 3 surviving U.S. service personnel who have lost all 4 limbs. Brendan and Todd are 2 of these 3. John Peck is the 3rd. The funds that I'm about to present to Mary Siller are funds that are earmarked to help complete Todd's home, and then they will continue to work on John Peck's as the 3rd and final home that they're building for these 3 service personnel who deserve so much after giving so much for our country. At this time, I'd like Mary to step forward where I'd present her with a check. Lionel NASCAR Collectibles is proud to present this check for, let's stand over here in the front, for $125,000 based on the proceeds of the sales from the cars from these great drivers. Mary's going to say a few words and then has a special presentation.
That's a kiss from the foundation to Lionel NASCAR. And I know if my brother Stephen were here today, even though he was very macho, he would give him a kiss too. So thank you, Howard. Our foundation was started after we lost Stephen, just 6 brothers and sisters who really thought he was pretty incredible. And he had a great spirit, and he was full of vitality and life, and we didn't want to see that die through the actions of evil. And so we felt that we really wanted his legacy of goodness, because he had been such a good person, to live on. And we can think of no better way than working on houses for Todd and Brendan and John, who are very much like my brother, because my brother loved what he was doing. He was trained. He was trained in Squad 1 to be working on terrorist acts. And when he put that gear on that day, he was doing what he was trained to do. And he knew he would do a good job. And the sentiment that I have heard through Todd and through Brendan is that they were doing what they were trained to do. And they still would do it again. And that, to me, is the definition of a hero, because they are defending us, our freedom, so that we can be here today to enjoy the wonderful race here at NASCAR. And they are an inspiration. And Lionel truly, truly has inspired us with the just incredible amount of work that has gone into this Honoring Our Heroes program. We're very moved, deeply humbled, and we're so happy that we're going to be able to build a house for Todd that he truly, truly deserves. And I brought with me today for each of the drivers a piece of steel from Ground Zero, which for me is sacred ground. That is where my brother is. We've never recovered his body. So from our foundation and from my brothers and sisters and Sally and his 5 children, because Stephen had everything in the world to live for, and yet he ran there that day. I want you, when you take that piece of metal, to know that his spirit is with you, and hopefully you'll be winners, and that incredible triumph of the human spirit is what that victory is all about, is really the human spirit, and that we can bring good out of evil. And once again, I just want to thank Lionel for making this a reality. We're truly blessed. Thank you, everybody.
So at this time, I'm going to call each driver, at which point, if they have any remarks they'd like to make, we'd love that. Each piece of steel, just so you're aware, is inscribed with World Trade Center 9/11, 343, never forget. So Danica? Actually, Mary's going to present the steel to you. Sorry.
Neither of us know where to go. We're both new to this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
This is from Stephen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
You did a nice job. Well, thank you very much. I will think of this as a real positive today from obviously what was not a positive day. But it's brave people like Stephen that allow us to be able to live free in this country and be proud of being from this country. And I'll keep this safe, and hopefully it will keep me safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Ricky Stenhouse, Jr.?
Thank you so much from the foundation. We really appreciate everything.
It's a huge honor to be a part of this. You know, I don't know what it's like to risk your life for everyone else like these guys did, and it's just a huge honor to represent them on this weekend, and you know, and to think about all the others out there, and you know, it's just a huge honor to be a part of this, and you know, it's just like it's a loss for words. You know, it's just thankful for all that y'all do and all that y'all did, and all that Stephen did, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you. Trevor Bain.
Trevor, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Will you each have your own?
Oh yeah, I got one here. No, this is really incredible to be able to be a part of this with everybody that's involved with this, the whole foundation, and everything that everybody's trying to accomplish and to do to try to honor and represent the people that sacrifice everything for us. And for me, this is just a reminder of that there are people every day that are doing what these guys have done and what they continue to do, and you know, what Stephen did. And so for me, it's just really cool to be able to have a paint scheme on the car with everybody in Fastenal and the foundation. And you know, these guys are actually on our cars this week, so Ricky and I were both joking around about one of us going to Victory Lane, so hopefully we get to bring them to Victory Lane with us. But you know, it's just really cool to be a part of it, and to get to do something for these guys for once that are always doing stuff for us. So just thanks to everybody involved, and this is awesome. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Greg Biffle.
I mean, it's, you know, you think about it, it's pretty overwhelming to think about what Stephen did, you know, to try and help save, you know, his fellow workers and all the people in the World Trade Center. And then, what these guys did, all the men and women after Stephen, that went, overseas, went abroad and tried to defend our country from further harm is pretty incredible. And, the foundation to help everybody, the men and women that defended our country and people like Stephen, it's special for me to have this and have the paint scheme on the 3M car for this weekend.
Thank you. And finally, David Gilliland.
Yeah, like everybody said, man, this is a huge honor. I'm lucky enough to have the whole paint scheme with the Stephen Siller Foundation on my car, and got to spend some time with Mary and George, Stephen's brother, and this is just a real, true reminder of the true heroes of our nation and of our country that keep us safe and allow us to do what everybody loves to do on a daily basis. And this is very special to me, and I'm proud to be part of this effort to help, with the foundation and help build smart homes. I think I've had a chance to go to the Walter Reed Hospital, multiple times, and it's something that definitely is very touching, and just very thankful to be a part of helping out.
Thanks, David. Just a few final thoughts. Brendan and Todd are actually going to help open the race tomorrow night. They'll be part of the pre-race show, saying the Pledge of Allegiance, leading the audience. And Frank Siller, who is chairman, brother of Stephen, and chairman of the Stephen Siller Foundation, will actually wave the green flag to start the field. There are press releases over on the table. We'll put them out and make them available to everybody. If there's any questions, we can answer them at this time. Thank you, everybody, for attending, and thank you for your attention. Yeah. Can we do